don't know if I'm connected. Hold on, you guys. Let me make sure this is all set up. Oh my gosh. Okay, where are you guys? Where are you? Let me find you. Okay, mute that live. Oh, there you guys are. No, thank you. Click the light button. Hi, you guys. Oh, wow, do I have a lot to share with you. I'm gonna let you guys know I feel like I'm going into kind of migraine-y, foggy brain weather. But it's because we've got these planets at the end of Capricorn that are really hitting some sensitive points in my chart. But nevertheless, here we are together. Hi, T-Barb. Hi, Connie. Hi, Madame. Stardust. Yeah. Okay, where are we? Hi, Janet. Hi, Paul, Pammy, Tish. Yes, you got. Hi, Larry girl. Ooh, what's for dinner? I want some dinner too. Hi, Marion. PJ time, yeah. So I'm so glad you made it, Marjorie. Yeah, so we had a third quarter moon yesterday, later in the evening, and I totally wanted to go live. Excuse me, my zippers are not working. I wanted to go live last night because there were some things that were leaping out at me until I saw the thing, this asteroid. I cannot say the name of this for obvious reasons, so I'm just going to call it woo-woo. This woo-woo asteroid had me dizzied last night when I started looking at 2020 and the timeline of, cerveza virus. It's eerie. And then, because there is not a lot out there about this at all, but this asteroid woo-woo, its behavior is like deadly to the United States in our history. And then with those who conspire, this thing shows up. It's really mind-blowing. I can't even find information on like I know when it was discovered. I don't even know the reasoning why it was named this. I haven't done a lot of research, but what I've done I haven't been able to turn up. So why it was named this name and what's the mythology behind it, if there is any, or is it just genuinely named for location? Because this city was actually conjoined like 3 smaller cities. Oh, I just had an image about this. In that province into one. And it's almost like I felt like there was kind of a leveling up, like I can almost hear like gears clicking, metals turning, kind of industrious. I don't want to compare it to the Avengers and all that stuff because my kid has got me watching all these Avenger movies, the Marvel. I mean, there's a lot of them, all the superheroes. So it's almost kind of like that, those special effects about how you see like special powers, or like if they have an accessory like a hammer, maybe, or like cufflinks. It's almost like I can feel like these different accessories almost kind of click and join together and become more powerful. You know, and maybe that's what's behind it. I do not know a lot about this asteroid, and it's a killer. It is a killer. I think it was discovered in about 2004. I should go look at that date to get more. But there's nothing on this. So I want to talk about this third quarter moon, this, aka woo-woo, and its activity through these particular years. This year, the 1918 pandemic, 1941, and then 2001. And then I Am One had this great question last time. Why don't you talk about the Six Wands mob anymore? And I was like, well, it's all the same thing, basically. Like, we've kind of broken it down that it's just kind of a given. So at the end of this past quarter moon, I decided to look at them functioning as one, functioning with Don Julio, and then functioning not with him, but regarding his loss and how to move forward. And this was really interesting, so I do want to get to that. But so I am just going to try to do my very best to talk about this because it is so prominent. Whoops. I'm trying to be festive. In this third quarter chart. So remember, we are still in eclipse weather from our full moon eclipse. We are still in the Scorpio synod from the new moon. The Sagittarius energies will be released at the new moon completely, where they take domain, but Scorpio's still there. This north node of the eclipse energy in Gemini is all for a while. I mean, I want to say for months. It is going to keep opening up Mercury and Venus affairs. So Mercury, obviously, kids, neighborhoods, negotiations, contracts, talks, electronics. Venus, money, obviously, gains, women, incomes. In a scorpionic sense, that would be Venus, meaning money that you share, like in taxes, or maybe you share laundering them or something like that. That's going to continue. The other really important thing about this Gemini North Node is the last time we had this Gemini North Node was 18 years ago, so right after 9/11. So over the summer, I think I was saying, expect us to find out more information on things related to 9/11. Because when that happened, we were in such shock and trauma as a nation. We never were able to come together in our neighborhoods and communities and work through this because we had Saturn and Pluto. Well, Pluto was opposite it, so it was really destructive. We were dealing with the fallout of 9/11. So I wonder if that's going to make it buffer. That's really important. And then if the North Node is in Gemini, then the South Node is in Sagittarius. The South Node are the things that we're releasing, we're letting go of. They're dissolving. The North Node is, this is our purpose, this is our direction. So things just kind of falling apart in the area of law, things being let go in terms of one's higher philosophy. The GOP doesn't have one. Things just being kind of let go, loosey-goose, lands far away, higher institutions. So that is very active. I also find, because I laid out this teroscope on my own last night, this is so glaring, you guys. I just am floored by it. Two things really, really, really standing out to me. So over here, on this ascendant, we have 25 Cancer. The astrology picked the cards Gemini, I think. And here we go again, the 8th house, beginnings and ending. Where is it? Over here. Beginnings and endings. So he knows it's the end. Everybody knows it's the end. The world knows it's the end. And now he's trying to reinvent something of what he's going to do. But 25 Cancer. We've talked about these degrees in Cancer this year. 23, 24, 25 Cancer in Capricorn. 25 Cancer, that is Don Julio's Saturn. Restrictions, obstacles. So the ascendant, this is the eastern horizon, this is the western horizon. When the sun rises and hits its highest point, it gets to the top of the chart. The bottom of the chart is kind of the gravitational force and the pull, your roots, where you come from, your clan, how you defend yourself, your ancestors. Also relates to karma. I don't know, can you guys see this? Is this, I don't have my glasses on. Oh, yes, you can. I just can't because I don't have my glasses on. So the ascendant also has to do with the health of the first body. Well, when he has his natal Saturn here at the ascendant, what's giving you life this week? Well, it's the moon, but Saturn is right there. Saturn is about blockages, obstructions, structure. I mean, talk about really putting his back against the wall. He has zero leverage. He has no wiggle room at all. Everyone is looking at him. His Saturn, his own authority in his chart is bearing down on him. And it's like, it's not going to let him progress and move on unless, you know, somehow he magically, karmically does all the right things he's supposed to do and come to the place he needs to be, where Saturn, you know, lets you level up and move on with the next parts of your life. So he's got a block this whole time. He has no wiggle room at all. On top of it, so if that's him and we, the people, we're over here, this 25-degree mark is the exact midpoint opposite him. We have Pluto in Capricorn at 23 degrees, which now is also opposite his money, destroying his money, his secrets with money. And then Jupiter. We, the people, in the 7th house, your partners, your adversaries. Jupiter, it's like it's all coming out. And because there's a Saturn influence in here, and there's a Saturn is right there, and Saturn is right there, it's like all of its destructive powers, its expansive powers around the globe, his money, is being met with authority and just really clamping down. There is no wiggle room, no matter what he tries to do. I mean, talk about Jupiter is a planet that has to do with the law. Well, Jupiter's in its fall in Capricorn because of Saturn here. It's not giving. It's not being kind. It's like the SCOTUS today just clamped down right away. It's declined. No explanation. That's that Saturn. So Pluto, this is the area of public servants, military, day-to-day investigations, intelligence. Pluto and Jupiter are like, we're looking at you. We have some questions. He has no leverage, and he has to abide by the moon, where the moon is. We're in eclipse weather. He was born under an eclipse, and, you know, this is what he says is his gut feeling. Well, the moon rules the gut and digestion. But so now this moon right now, it's gone into a Libra, which has to do with balance and money. And here in the first house, it has to do with messages. 5 of Pentacles. He's like out of money. I just feel like things are getting cold around him. So these things really stood out to me. The other thing that stood out is this sun at 16 degrees Sagittarius in the 5th house of the sun. Opposite the North Node, it's getting really close to that South Node where we're letting go of things, letting them wash away. But now this is what brings me to woo-woo, this asteroid. Let me check in with you guys real quick, okay? How you guys doing? Let's see. Hello. Hi, Rick. It was discovered November 13th, 1980. Thank you, T-Barb. Does anybody know what was happening that day? Just a second. Let me get my ephemeris. So November 13th, 1980. November 13th, you know, that's 2 days after Remembrance Day. November 13th, 1980. We've had a Saturn-Pluto conjunction since then. Well, the one that's been dictating this whole year is the one that hasn't happened for millennia. But this November 13th, November 13th, 1980. So November 13th, the North Node was 14 degrees Leo. We had a Mercury at 4 Scorpio. Venus was in Libra 14. I think that might be Donald's Neptune. Or it's his Jupiter. Mars was 22 degrees Sagittarius. The sun is getting close to that. Jupiter was 2 degrees Libra. The moon right now is 1 degree Libra. Holy crap. Saturn was 5 degrees Libra. I think that is sitting right on Donald's, either his Neptune or his Jupiter. Uranus is 25 degrees Scorpio. That's opposite Donald's midheaven. Oh my God. Neptune was 21 degrees Sag. Pluto was 22 Libra. Holy crap. Okay, 22 Libra, that's in square to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. This is really, really, real. I need a pen. I need a pen. I need a pen. Holy crap. Okay. November 13th, 1980. Woo-woo. It's Pluto. I'm shaking, you guys. Is 22. Okay, you're going to see what's going to happen. Thank you so much. No, I'm not doing laundry. Shh. Don't tell anybody I'm supposed to be doing that right now. Okay, so the U.S. spacecraft Voyager sends back a first... Really? Oh my gosh. I have goosebumps all over my body. So Madam Stardust says on November 13th, 1980, U.S. spacecraft Voyager, remember that? Voyager sends back its first close-up pictures of Saturn. Holy cow, Voyager. So that is otherworldly. First... Oh my God, you guys. Because you're going to have to help me solve this mystery because this is so mind-blowing to me. I don't know where to go with it, but you're going to see. Okay, so this is going to shock you at some point because I'm still kind of taking it all in. Okay, need a drink of water. Thank you. My pretty poinsettia, yes. Thank you. I had to be a little festive. I mean, we did bows last time. Okay, so we're going to talk about this woo-woo because it has so much to do with where the sun is at 16 degrees Sagittarius. Really, really important. And I will get to that. But first, let me go through 2020 this year with woo-woo, because then I will take you back and then you're going to be like, what is going on? So I even wrote it out. I had to make it nice. Okay. So woo-woo. You can see these important markers I have down here. I have that asteroid. This has to do with like countries, eclipse. Pallas, Athena, Wonder Woman. Okay, just to be clear, I'm not an expert here. I keep calling Pallas, Athena, Wonder Woman because I think she embodies so much from that movie. If you saw the movie Wonder Woman, Pallas, Athena hung out with like 4 people way back in the day. One of them was Diana / Artemis. Diana in the movie Wonder Woman is the main character, but she calls to Athena for guidance and direction. So they're all in this together, okay? So this asteroid, woo-woo, countries, eclipses, Pallas, Athena, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, this happened this year. We had conjunctions with Jupiter, conjunctions with Pluto, conjunctions with Saturn. There's Mars, the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, this upcoming Jupiter-Saturn, and Aquarius. So these were the major variables that were all getting touched by woo-woo. So back on January 8th, woo-woo entered Capricorn. On January 10th, it was still 0 degrees Capricorn. The full moon eclipse that day was at 20 degrees Capricorn. You know, just to put this in perspective for you, so you'll get you'll figure out what you're looking for. Nope. That, I'm just going to back up really quickly here. When we had the 1918 plague, woo-woo was at 27 degrees Capricorn. In the U.S. chart, you've heard me talk about our Pluto return and that it makes me nervous. That was conjunct the USA. I can't see this. Am I having a weird shadow? Was conjunct the USA Pluto, which is death and destruction. So that's where woo-woo was in 1918, according to the chart of the 1918 Spanish flu, which was March something, and I think in Kansas. Was, you know, so this is the power of woo-woo, death and destruction. Got it? So this is our history with it. I think it has an orbit of like maybe 50 revealed. 2 days later, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at 22 degrees Capricorn. Okay, but in between those days, China had their first death. Okay, you have to know this Saturn-Pluto conjunction at 22 degrees Capricorn is also conjunct China's natal Jupiter. That expansive thing, and it is in the 12th house of secrets. That's the other reason why this cerveza virus was always like, really? There's more secrets there, you know? And there are. We're going to get to that part, but you have to know all this first. So, but get this. When we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, guess where Pallas is born from Zeus's head? Just go with it. So she is likened to being not only a warrior, but one who does planning in war, like staging against your opponent, developing strategies, and how to overcome wickedness against people, okay? So at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which is a change in structure and government worldwide, she was at the galactic center, firing up. You know, like all of our superpowers are like getting illuminated and charged and ready to go. Because this Saturn-Pluto is also related to these eclipses. So this thing is always riding on eclipse energy. So then on January 20th, the United States had our first case. And the WHO, World Health Organization, declared that it's human-to-human contact. Mars was still in Sag. But then on January 22nd, Woo was at 4 Capricorn. This, remember the Christmas new moon eclipse? That was like December 25th, 26th, 2019. And so Woo hit that eclipse point, and on that day, China quarantines an area bigger than the Wuhan city. And now Pallas Athena is at 1 Capricorn. She now has crossed this January 10th eclipse threshold, fired up from the galactic center, and is like, I'm here. I'm ready to battle. She's a total warrior. Then on January 25th, Xi said that this is accelerating. It is a very grave situation, and it's mutating. So what happened was Woo-Woo's now at 6 Capricorn. Pallas Athena, she's at 2 Capricorn. And now we have this midpoint, 4 Capricorn, is this eclipse energy. So Woo-Woo reveals how fast it's working, how grave it is, and it's mutating. And so, like, that's the energy between Pallas Athena and Woo-Woo. It's out of control. The next day, China is making a vaccination. China requires nationwide monitoring. Then, on January 30th, WHO declares an international public emergency. On that day, Pallas Athena arrives at 4 Capricorn, the same eclipse energy. And she's like saying to WHO, do something and make a plan, because she's all about planning. So, okay, we're going to declare a public emergency. The following day, the United States is like, oh, okay, we'll declare a public emergency. That is Pallas Athena doing her thing. But now, I don't have it on here, I think Woo-Woo moves to 8 Capricorn, and that in the USA chart is the goddess Eris, strife and discord. So she is causing all sorts of problems in the USA. Let's make a public declaration. Then on February 6th, the United States has her first known death. The interesting thing here is that now Pallas Athena is now at 7 Capricorn. We have our first death. This ties up to Woo-Woo's energy of an emergency. USA gets hit. The other thing that happened is that the South Node, the thing you're letting go of, is exactly opposite Pallas Athena. She has to let this go. We have our first death. The sign of Cancer represents the physical body. So that has gone. And then on February 27th to 29th, Woo-Woo now is at 17 degrees Capricorn. I talk about this all the time. You guys know that 17 degrees Capricorn is so important because it's the top of this chart from the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Our highest achievement. This is where we're going. But the Saturn-Pluto conjunction promised a change in world structure and world power and our governments. So what happens on that day? Pence takes over. Pence now takes over from, is it Azar? So the day that Woo-Woo goes over the midheaven from the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, Pence takes over. And also on that day, the Dow now has dropped to 25,776. On February 16th, it was at 29,300, but it was steadily going down during this period. Now we get hit, Pence has to take over. I need to skip, I missed this one. Oh, the Dow hit its tipping point when Woo was 14 Capricorn. Mars then was at 2 Capricorn, 12, 6, 2 plus. So the midpoint of this takes us back up to, oh my gosh, I did not even see this. You guys see this? I'm going to show you this midpoint. I need a pen. I need a highlighter. Ugh. This midpoint, again, here we have Eris. Okay. So February 20th was the tipping point for the Dow when it started going down. So here we have Woo at 14 Capricorn, Mars energy. Now 2 Capricorn, the midpoint here is 8 Capricorn, Eris. The goddess, Aries' sister, strife and discord. This is also in conjunct 8 Gemini, which is the United States Uranus. Unexpected stuff. And in the 6th house of health. So February, March. Okay, so I had gotten ahead of myself. So I just want to show you what's happening here. You guys still with me? Do you have any questions? Hi, yes, Katrina, you made it. Hi, you guys. You've not missed a lot, T-Ride. Let me just sum up real quickly. Getting to our quarter moon, I was ready to go, except I found something critical. This asteroid I can't say out loud. It has such a prominent presence in our history. For example, in the 1918 pandemic, I have to call it woo-woo, that was 27 degrees. The 1918 pandemic, it was 27 degrees Capricorn. In the USA chart, our Pluto, that's death and destruction, is at 27 degrees Capricorn. Woo-woo has this history and action of just doing this, and there's not a lot of research out there. So they've been helping me find some more information about woo-woo. But that's what we're talking about, because we have to get through this history so that we can get to this quarter moon so you can see why I'm so freaked out. Okay. Now my papers are going everywhere. Did I lose my quarter moon? Okay. So now that is the full moon eclipse 2 days before the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It is also conjunct transit Jupiter. So we have a conjunction to Jupiter. And Pallas Athena is trying to catch up. She's at 18 degrees Capricorn. She's just made it over the midheaven with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So she's arriving, and they're going to battle it out in the skies over DC. And then starting about March 11th, the Dow is going down 23,000, 21, 23,000. Pallas Athena is right behind. She's arrived at 20 Capricorn. She is at that full moon eclipse energy. We're getting hit so hard with this. Oh my God, Linda Foster! So nice to see you. Merry holidays. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, everyone say hi to Linda. We've missed you. Okay. So then it gets worse. We all know this got worse. From March 18th to the 21st, Woo-woo asteroid now is at 23 degrees Capricorn. That is right in between the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the can opener eclipse. Woo-woo is opposite Donald's Venus, which is money, and the Dow goes to 19,000. Meanwhile, Pallas Athena is still fighting. She's not quite there yet, but she's at 21 degrees Capricorn. We hit the can opener eclipse. Woo-woo is conjunct Pluto, transit Pluto, destruction, can opener eclipse. The Dow goes down to 18,591. Pallas Athena is lagging, but she's there trying to help out. At 22 to 23 Capricorn, she's in eclipse energy. Then the 26th to the 29th, Woo-woo is now opposite Donald Saturn. Pallas Athena is now 23 to 24 Capricorn. She's in the midst of it. And now Woo-woo is conjunct Jupiter. Blowing stuff up again. Jupiter can bring in some help. The Dow starts to go up a little bit more. While all that is going on, so March 11th, when that Dow really went down to like 21,000, 23,000, I mean, we're going to hit bottom here. On that day, in that eclipse energy, finally, the WHO declares a pandemic. Pallas Athena's like, wake up and do something. March 12th, Woo-woo is at 20. Now Europe is, Venus people are not happy. So that's what's happening. Then things kind of settle, maybe. April 4th, Woo-woo is at 27 Capricorn. Pallas Athena is at 24 Capricorn. The can opener eclipse. What happens a week later is the U.S. has the highest death toll in the world. What day? Oh, you guys! Also on April 11th, now the Sun has squared the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at 22 Aries. And the restructuring around the 25th, now we have Woo-woo now is moved into Aquarius at 1 degree. Saturn now is Aquarius at 1 degree. This is a deadly combination. Woo-woo just out there screaming along. Pallas Athena is still stuck. These planets are too far away from her to try to do something. And what happens then? On April 28th, the U.S. cases pass 1 million. Now, on the 29th, Pallas Athena finally gets to Aquarius, and she, though, still has Saturn in front of her, and Pallas is 0, Woo-woo's 2. Okay. And finally, so this kind of gives you a feel for what's coming up with this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, because things have kind of calmed. Reason has entered into the administration because the next day, he announces a COVID commission for safety and quality in nursing homes, supposedly. So once she got to Aquarius, there's Saturn and Woo-woo. Okay, this was really, really bad. We're going to do something, and puts that out there. Aquarius is the sign of science, humanitarian efforts, research. Now, what's also happening here, and I think we get in this preview of Aquarius, I think a lot of the research had started with for vaccinations. And having the Saturn here kind of settled things down. It's in an Aries sign, and researchers, it really helped researchers. She gets really close to Saturn. In fact, Saturn retrogrades, they join together. I think this might have been part of the thing that really helped our researchers and science get a leg up and get going and get some leverage into what they're doing. Like I said, Pallas Athena was born from the head of Zeus. So she has that vision of strategy and fighting back. You know, and then we had our summer. Pallas Athena went retrograde. Woo-woo went on. Things got kind of crazy. And now we're back where we are right now. Let me get a drink of water. You guys kind of get that, what I was talking about? Yeah, you guys, so there's some words we can't say here, and I appreciate you guys moderators so much. Some of your comments have to get deleted because otherwise I buffer or like bad things happen. Even though we love YouTube so much. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that either, Janet. So, oh, I was buffering? No. Oh, God. Okay, where did I leave off? Ah, crap. Okay, where do I need to go back? Do you guys kind of remember? Do I need to... Oh, I'm buffering again. Shh. Okay. Okay, hold tight. I'm going to reboot the app. Jeez. I love you too. Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, am I okay? Can you see me? Can you see me? Am I good? Okay. Try typing more. Okay, I'm good. You guys, it was so good. Okay. We are going back to when those restrictions, the airplane restrictions. How about if I just called that the airplane? Where was that? Where was that? Can I not say airplane? Okay. Gosh, where was this? Okay, did I get past? Okay, I won't say that word. My gosh, you drive me crazy. I love you, YouTube. You make me so crazy for you. Okay. Did you guys hear about the D. Jones dropping? Did you get the D. Jones dropping? It was around March 12th. Okay, you got that whole thing about the D. Jones dropping. Okay. But then, where is the ban? The moving around ban was mid-March. So Europe declared that don't move around March 13th. Oh, that's when a lot of states in the United States themselves decided, hey, we're out of here. We're going to take a nap. Because Mars that day, 17 Capricorn, shot over the midheaven. Oh, God. Everyone could see what was happening in Washington, D.C., and with the cerveza, and those states were like, we're out of here, see ya. Okay? So that was March 13th. I don't even know how to talk about this. So let's go ahead. Let's go to April. On the 4th, woo-woo was at 27 Capricorn. Pallas Athena was at the can opener eclipse, 24 Capricorn. She's still trying to catch up and clean up and do something. But again, did I tell you about this 27 degree mark? Woo-woo is at 27 degrees, right where woo-woo was during the 1918 pandemic. Pallas Athena is too far back. She is still in eclipse energy, and a week later, April 11th, United States has the highest blank toll. Oh gosh. You know what? Has the highest toll. Because the sun on that day squared exactly the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. A change in structure, in government and power, and its response. Where is Aries in the U.S. chart? Yeah, so when woo-woo came here, we had the highest death toll. We passed Italy. Then on the 25th, woo-woo now is off in Aquarius with Saturn. So woo-woo and Saturn is not a really good combination. Pallas Athena, the one who's trying to fight this off and get our act together that no one's listening to, is stuck here in Capricorn. They are in an Aries sign. This is transmitted air to air. And now on the where is it? April 28th, the U.S. passes 1 million. It's just bearing down. Now, finally on the 29th, Pallas Athena gets to Aquarius. So this kind of gives us a little flavor for what's going on. You guys good? Okay, hi GM Dave. So we have this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction on the 21st. Okay, this is kind of when we had Pallas Athena finally get to Aquarius, and she's now within reach now with woo-woo again. The administration finally announces a commission for safety and quality in nursing homes. So Aquarius is the sign of science and research, humanitarian efforts, and innovation, revolution, the visionary. So I think like during this time, it was really beneficial for those who were doing the researching and the testing in the medical field to get something going that surprisingly and shockingly, we are in as good of a position with all those manufacturers being ready and getting stuff distributed. This was a huge help, except then over the summer, Pallas Athena went retrograde. All the big planets went retrograde. Saturn came back into the earthly sign Capricorn, and we're back to, you know, just this tyrannical rule dictator. Am I going to buffer? Yeah, so if you guys are just joining, I want to talk about this third quarter moon, but this asteroid that shall not be named, because I cannot say it, I'm calling it this, is so prominent in it, I had to give you the history of the timeline and its activity in 2020, because during the 1918 pandemic, when that hit the chart for that in March something 1918 in Kansas, maybe it's March 13th, I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Woo-woo was conjunct the USA Pluto. Pluto is death and destruction. That's what we know from 1918. So that gave me the clue that something is very deadly about this. 1941. I know I have it. Was 1941. Oh, in 1941, that strike, that was at Scorpio 29. Obviously a sensitive chart in the USA horoscope. It's in the area of secrets and hidden enemies. That's where woo-woo was, which pulled us into a war. On September the 11th, 9/11. This is just really, really interesting. Let me get another pen. It's just a correlation. On that day, this was at 11 degrees Leo. The people who have their natal Pluto, because we know woo-woo has a thing for destruction, has an affinity for Pluto. The people who have a Leo Pluto at 11 degrees includes Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and this was from the 9/11 attacks. The other person who has a Pluto at 10 degrees Leo, not quite mature enough for 11 degrees, is Don Julio. He shares a very intimate asteroid thumbprint, fingerprint with what happened. You've heard me talk about this several times, that there is a link. Oh, you guys, I found that one. I found that one in the Twitter. A definite link now to this. I cannot even go there. So, you guys, I just want to make sure you have an, am I buffering? Asteroid buffering, are you kidding me? Yes, GM Dave, we had another, yes, absolutely, had another one to deal with. So, drum roll. This is the part that I am freaking out over. You guys get what woo-woo is about, right? The sun. So you see this. This is the quarter moon that was yesterday, 7:36 p.m. in Washington, D.C. is in the 5th house of the sun. The sun here, 16 degrees, 22 minutes, Sagittarius. Donald's natal woo-woo is 16 degrees Sagittarius, 19 minutes, and it's retrograde. Again, Donald's natal woo-woo is conjunct this sun during this quarter moon that is in eclipse weather, that is riding still in the Scorpio new moon lunation, getting ready for another eclipse ahead of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. The sun represents a leader of a nation in a horoscope. He is woo-woo this week. His Saturn destruction, obstinate restrictions, is on the ascendant, what is giving him life this week. So I feel like he's saying there's so many restrictions here. F you guys, I'm taking my woo-woo and I'm going to do something, because it is in square to the moon in the 3rd house of communications. And this first house said, who he is, go to the 3rd house of communications. So we got that going on, and we've got a yod going on here, and right at the top of the midheaven, something in the skies over Washington, D.C. And we now have Pluto. Transformation was the astrology card. What is that about? On top of it, you ready for some more mind-blowing things? So you guys know, you have followed this long enough with me that you know that this is the 1st house, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th house. You know things beneath the horizon we can't see. We can only see what's in the skies above us. You also are really good at knowing, like, this is the area of secrets. This is who I am. You know that the 5th house is of the sun. It's the photos. And this is the 5th house cusp. And you guys know, so if this is the sun, the leader of a nation, opposite is this 11th house, which has to do with your friends. You know, when I say tarot, so what's the tarot card for the sun? House of the sun, the leader. This is our military, our partner. This is your friends. And when you start talking about house cusps, these are the most, like any house cusp, the energy changes there, and it's the most important and the most, it sets the tone for the entire house and what it does and how it functions. Okay? So, Don Julio's woo-woos conjunct the sun. When we look at the horoscope of the rusher, I am not making this up. The 5th house cusp, the thing that states how this energy is used, that is at 15 Sagittarius, 53 degrees. I just can't even. That is within less than a half of 1 degree in conjunction with the sun, Don Julio's natal woo-woo, and it lines up with the cusp of their 5th house, who represents their leader. 1553. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Okay. Then, when we look at China's chart, so that's a 5th, their 11th house cusp, their friends, the thing that dictates their friends and what they do with their friends and what their hopes and wishes are with their friends and what they do with their science and research is exactly the same as the rusher. It is 15 degrees Sag, 53 minutes. This is a conspiracy of asteroidal galactical proportions with woo-woo. For myself, there's nothing you can tell me that the unleashing of Cerveza was an act of God. It wasn't. It wasn't. Their freaking asteroidal fingerprints are all over this. We haven't been able to get the test. Why? Because of this. It would lead back to this. This is what this quarter moon is all about. Goes back to woo-woo. It goes back to, like, we know how an authentic pandemic and woo-woo act on the United States of America. That's not how it is here at all. At all. In fact, I need to go back. Anyway, we know how woo-woo behaved in 1941 on December 7th that pulled us into a war. We know how woo-woo behaved on Attack of America with where it sat in relation to Pluto destruction. Exactly 11 degrees is true of Clinton and Bush. And trying to keep up in the background is Don Julio. He's got his fingerprints here, and he's got his fingerprints here with woo-woo. I just... Right? I'm sorry it's not clear. Oh yeah, the plan. Yeah, so you guys kind of get what I'm talking about. I just brain exploded. Yeah. So, I'll explain what I'm just going to say this one more time. In order to look at this third quarter moon, somehow, thank goodness, I had to look at this asteroid we're calling woo-woo, because I love YouTube, but it doesn't like some words. Looking in our past, the 1918 pandemic, if I can get my stuff in order. Oh, come on, man. Where is it? This is not it. Ooh, I need an assistant. I need an assistant. I need a bigger desk. Where is it? USA, USA. Here you are, right here. Because this asteroid is so destructive, in the pandemic, it was at 27 degrees Capricorn, conjunct USA-Pluto, which is death and destruction. 1941, it was 29 Scorpio, in this area of secrets, hidden enemies that attacked us out in the Pacific on December 7th, pulling us into a war. In 2001, it was 11 degrees Leo, conjunct George W. and Bill Clinton's natal Pluto. Donald was right there hiding. Woo-woo at this quarter moon. The sun is at 16 degrees Sagittarius. Donald's natal woo-woo is 16 degrees Sagittarius, turned inward. It is active. We're in eclipse energy, heading to an eclipse. And his pals, the leader of the Rusher, the fifth house cusp that dictates what and how this office is used, is at 15 degrees Sagittarius, 53 minutes. It's conjunct all of this. China, its area of friends, exactly 15 degrees Sagittarius, 53 minutes. I just can't get over that. So the China and the Russia are operating on the same continuum. The idea, though, is planted by the Russia. China is going to work with friends, research, hacking our institutions. And Don Julio is right there, trying to be part of the cool guys. So, and what's crowning the United States is Pluto and transformation. The other thing that happened with this quarter moon in the second house, income gains and our possessions, we have the astrology card Neptune and sacrifice. Someone, something, here's the sun, the photos, is being sacrificed because of the gains and the income. The other times we have seen this card is when someone passes, like Mr. Floyd, Ruthie, who was the last person? I know it was around the time that Sean Connery passed away, but I don't think that was the prominent death, but it was around then. So this has death all over it, you guys. In Washington, D.C., The Secret, the ninth house, faith. My friend, this is a Putin place. But Donald says, I will do this. So he's planning something overseas. Four of Pentacles hanging on. Oh my God, is this Ethiopia? But the hidden enemy, though, is the 11th house of friends. China is going to be active with the woo-woo. And the astrology said, look to Mars with its force that it's going to activate. And it's right here in the 10th house. So in about 16 hours, when I don't know when that is. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So this... You guys help me. What day is it? I can't even keep this straight anymore. So like tomorrow in 16 hours, it'll go under the midheaven. Donald's going to be defending something like mad. There's going to be some action happening. And that's going to last, like, I don't know, 2-3 days of pandemonium. And then it's going to enter woo-woo territory. I don't know what's happening, you guys. And we have a Yod, the finger of God, fate, destiny. This is prominent also in death charts. Mars. And his Saturn is on the ascendant. What's going on, you guys? So, how are you guys doing? Yes, thank you, Largo. I know, Katrina, this stuff that I've been talking about, it has gotten to such a complex level. I did not intend for it to get this complex at all. I just wanted to play with tarot cards and figure out what's going on and why is our president, he's such a jerk. But the tarot cards and the investigative me just kind of took over, was like, what's going on? So that's how we've ended up here. I kind of created a method just so I could understand this stuff. So it is very complex. And this is one time where I'm kind of at a loss for what's going on and what's happening. I'm very grateful that we're coming to this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction because we really, really need it, and things will calm down in many respects, except we have these rings of fire that we have to leap through, and we have an eclipse coming up. So I don't think anybody should necessarily be afraid or scared or anything. There's just yet another level that is spinning off of this, and I don't really know what it is. I think we all, maybe I should just grab some cards instead of just babbling about how I don't know what's going on, right? Right? So so last night when I made this discovery, I was dizzy. I was, literally spinning. How are you guys doing? Marsha Pia, did you read Eric's Twitter today? I've just little pieces here and there. I know that they were doing a narrative live. Marsha, can you just kind of give us a synopsis on what happened? Because there's a lot of crazy things happening. Yes, Marjorie. Also in the 1980s, AIDS. Yeah, AIDS ran rampant. Thank you, Sherry Ann. Oh, here. Focus. Focus. Are we focusing yet? I don't know how to get this to focus. You know what? I wonder if I'm going to... Is this throwing it off? See how Rose... This is an S show. Yes, it is. It is, but we are all happily together. I don't know how... Here. I'm trying to get a focus. I wanted to be pretty festive, but I think there's too many things setting off this. We're just going to go bland and boring. What if I turn this off? Can you see this? I'll move this. Come on, camera. What's going on here? Do I need light over here? Let me adjust my light. Maybe I can get this a little better. Why can't I get this to focus? Focus, focus, focus. Hey, you. Why won't this focus? Okay. I don't know what to do about this. Okay, so we're just going to do the best we can. I'm trying to get all this other stuff out. We love you too. I love focusing. Okay, you guys, what question do you want me to ask about what's happened? Should we ask? No, I'm going to use the evil deck because that's where all the secrets are kept. I wanted to use a nice deck, but this is where all the secrets are kept. Oh, goodness. So, what's Donald got in store with the woo-woo. That's what I'll ask. What's Donald got in store with the woo-woo? With the Vlad? And with the China friend? Because this thing is active everywhere. What's going on with the woo-woo? You've got Venus here, so it has to do with money. The Orcus and servants. This could take a turn against him, you guys. Okay. I mean, is that just the craziest question? Tarot. What's going on with the woo-woo? That's like going to explode over Washington, D.C. What's going on with this? With the woo-woo and the cerveza, because... Okay. What is cerveza doing with woo-woo? What is cerveza virus doing with the woo-woo? Benefit Don Julio. The Trump crime syndicate. Something to do with that. What are the three things that's going to come about? The cerveza, the woo-woo, the Russia, the China. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a plan that's, holy cow. I feel like I have like opened like a trap door, like of like an old castle, and it's really dark, and I can hear the chains clanking as I'm going down, 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 down this master plan. What's the third thing? What is this about? So if it has to do with, what does it have to do with the, we're going to do Vlad below because he feeds the fifth house cusp with this in his country. He's the one that started this. He's just along for the ride. And the friend that's up in the sky is the China. So what's at the base and what's crowning this? I figured you out. I feel like I'm in a secret room, you guys. There's no light. We're not supposed to be here. Be very quiet, hunting rabbit. Make me invisible. Just make me invisible. No, I feel totally safe here, you guys. The final outcome. What do we have on the bottom here? An agreement. The cerveza virus and the woo-woo. It's been a long, deep, well-hidden away secret. The Trump crime syndicate. I feel like this is the world. The wealthy oligarchs, the money. Now I feel like I'm a drone that's just kind of coasting over lands in the Russia where all of the oligarchs live that took over after December 25th, 1991, when all the oligarchs came into power when Russia collapsed. That's how long back that goes. Oh my God, you guys. He's been working with them since then and making dreams come true. So the first thing, at the basis of this, we have Vlad. He is the emperor. He's the one that thought of the master plan with the woo-woo cerveza going this far back. had plans for it way back when, crowning this the China with the most misfortunate timing. The luck to create, but then to miscreate and spread a lot of things. This is also the planet of Jupiter. Jupiter is in its fall in Saturn. Jupiter, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, was conjunct China's Jupiter in the 12th house of secrets. That's how long this has been planned. So the second thing going on with this Cerveza virus, the original plan. Ooh, I feel like now I'm coming up through like, you know, how you back in the day when they'd build skyscrapers and they would stand on those I-beams and they would like the workers would be lifted up to the next place that they're, I feel like I'm standing on one of those and now I'm coming out into the sunshine. Totally fine. Okay, it's a three-pronged plan. So the first thing they were going to do with this, and then they were going to send it three directions. Three directions. It's going to go this way, and this way. So to the east, to the west, and to the south. Or it could be like, it could be to the west, far west, and the south. That's what it was. They're going to the west, far west, and the south. Aerosol based. Carelessly. This took a lot of time to draw up this plan and how to carelessly have this spread. There was a lot of, they were studying calendars. They were studying how people move for a very long time. They've been, I don't want to say migratory patterns, but just patterns in both the hemispheres and the way people move and travel, the way they go on vacations, the timing of, oh my gosh, they have done so much over the decades to, like, I'm getting like, you know, when there's these little, like, oh my gosh, there was an attack, like on this day, this particular day with this weird day that was picked, that was them testing related to this longer range plan and how something gets distributed, how you get a person there, not seen, to distribute something. They were going to crawl out in all the directions, and the China has the research, the truth, but they were going to hide it for plausible deniability. Oh my gosh, these people. I just need a drink of water. This is them and the hackers breaking into our institutions and stealing the science. I just got that. Third thing that was planned. It would make the world weak. We are weak. We're going to become strong, but we are going to unleash this to make the world weak because we are left out. This is the plan. We're going to go to the path. Why are we looking at children? Oh, we're not looking at, we are looking to parties, government parties that are sympathetic to values and ideas of wanting to work with us to have this distributed. So they're looking to the past, also vulnerable populations, vulnerable DNAs, vulnerable communities. And the China was going to make sure they could work within the laws, like with immigration, with visas, with travel, to make sure they were working within the laws so they could go undetected with research. And then the final outcome that was to own the world, manipulate everything to their benefit so they could be the masters of the universe. And they could just get there with ease. That's what these mofos were doing. This is the master plan, and it's somehow this is going to be active. And I don't know how, I don't know how. Let me check in with you guys. I'm just kind of baffled and mind blown by all this. Oh, you know what? It's not focused. Oh, you know what? I wonder if you set your... Okay, if you set your quality playback speed, if it's on auto, you're going to be out of focus. But if you say go up to 360 or 720, if you cannot see it and it's blurry, change the setting on your YouTube. If you go up to your screen, you know, on the left and the right, you have the pause, you have the forward, you have the audio. But if you go to the right, you have 4 icons. There's the one that looks like the little wheel or the little flower. You click on that setting. See what the quality is set to. And change it. And you will be able to see. The focus will clear. Okay? Okay, there we go. Because now it's focused for me. Oh, thank you, Todd Douglas. I'm glad I'm on this now, too. I wasn't expecting it. I was having a heart attack all day today. So, and I'll remind you guys, when I start seeing this stuff, I truly believe I'm only allowed to see things when the timing is okay, that we've gotten past certain things, that this is going to be the natural unfolding. Now, when is this going to come out? I don't know. But the way Donald is in a panic right now, he sure knows something is up, and he's working really hard to protect that. This whole thing going on in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania with the free certifying stuff. Okay, now that is leading me into the next part with I am one asked about Six Wands Mob. Why don't I talk about them anymore? And then also with the giant Coca-Cola bust, 20 tons of it, Philadelphia over the summer. There are some things I have just checked in recently with that are also mind-blowing in how it's all connecting together. I think the Coca-Cola thing is where Mitch and Elaine are really terrified. This Attorney General, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, I don't know which one he is, who's covered up that whole thing. I think it was the summer of 2018. They're in this deep. It connects even to Texas. Let me get that. Are you ready for more mind-blowing stuff, you guys? Yeah, Donald's panicking because this is why they're sabotaging the career placements for PEB elect. Because they want to keep this stuff covered and hidden up. This. My God. Where is it? Okay, so is this it? Jesus. So this, oh my God. Okay, this is the one I think it is. So remember, for me, I figured out the 9 Pentacles. Do I have a 9 Pentacles here? Oh, no. Oh, here it is. Here's the 9 Pentacles. The 9 Pentacles is all about like the oligarchs or people who head up businesses that have a lot of money, because Russia invests in those type of businesses where they'll buy into what they're doing. And then the Queen of Pentacles, I figured out, you know, like that for like around elections, that's Mercer's with ballots and votes and data. But what I was really figuring out was this Queen of Pentacles, actually the queens all represent the nations. The kings represent the leaders. So the queens, they are different countries. So the Queen of Pentacles has to do, like the Queen of Cups, the United States. The Queen of Pentacles, now she has to do with countries that are rich in resources. Kind of like Ethiopia has a lot of rich resources on that northern coast. Donald's loans with Deutsche Bank also show up as the Queen of Pentacles. And that how he was installed was through the Nine of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. So he's like trying to negotiate how to pay off getting to where he is, using assets from the United States of America to pay off loans, but then having access to all these business people. Businesses should not be involved. Privatization, my opinion, should not be involved in public service, because this is what we get. This is the crux of what we get in a deep, dark castle basement. Rick, okay, so that was 29. I thought there was 20 tons that came into Philadelphia. I thought it was 2018. I don't know. Yes, and Katrina with Africa, that is why Africa has been showing up a lot. Okay, good night, Katrina. Okay, so like when I was, oh my gosh. Oh, and the Coca-Cola, Mitch Elaine. Guess who else is involved with that? G-String and the Mr. G-String estate. That I figured out. What is this? Oh, that's this one. I will tell you, looking at the counter responses by USA, whether it's the spies, the cyber, the financial, we've got so much stuff in place. So I was so happy when I saw that. What is this? Oh my God. These people are all in it. They're all in it. It's not only to win elections, it's because they're trading on countries' wealth and resources. This is why Zuck is getting sued, because of the immigration H-1B visas. He hires 0 USA workers. There were like 2,800 positions, hired them all H-1B visas from out of the country. That is a security issue. So it's like they go into the countries, take their resources, and put select people in charge of contracts so the local people don't get it. And so now they've been taken over by a means of a business. And so then that starts to look like Eason Tray, Edition Say, Unregulated Era Fay, Yanaj Espe, and this is how Ethiopia is getting drawn in as well. We have the ports on the northern coast in this country, I think Tigray. It sounds like very beautiful country. And it's like all these people were suddenly forced out. Move, get out of here. Kind of like they did in Lafayette Square. They moved in and was like, get out. I get the feeling like that same thing is happening over there. I am one wanted to know about Six Wands Mob and their role. And can I find it? Ah, here we go. So they get some agreements with the King of Pentacles. Well, agreements, they can't. They're Six Swords. They're trying to get to calmer waters because their agreements with Don Julio have reversed. They don't have that anymore. They see themselves as spies. And that is coming to an end for the agreement with the Russia. Their assets, the Seven Pentacles, I think that's the Coca-Cola trade. I think those big ships, like they show up as these Seven of Pentacles. So the assets to the Six Wands Mob, income gains, their partner here, the Seven of Pentacles, look who this is. Don Julio, the Philadelphia Attorney General, and 20 tons. I keep having 20 tons. Maybe it's a different number. So that's who they're in partnership with. The Philadelphia Attorney General. So, 6-1's mob, they're having a tower moment because this 5th house of the sun is not working for them anymore. So the partner, the lead honcho, the King of Wands, angry Putin, now in partnership, has to look overseas with Donald in the 6 Wands mob. They're both looking overseas to manage. Okay? Where else is this? We have the angry Putin. He has to find out ways to steal. That is why Don Julio keeps harassing Pennsylvania to overturn things. Donald and the 6 Wands mob in partnership, yes, they are the point people for what they've done to the government. The 6 Wands mob, they're looking for a strong partner with his loss. And they feel stuck, hanged with PEB winning. They have this stock of 20 tons of Coca-Cola now tied up with DT, and this is why he's been screaming about Pennsylvania. He's just been out of his mind about Pennsylvania because that is hanging out there. And so is Mitch and Elaine, the 6 of Pentacles. They line up with this, how things are divvied out. The Philadelphia Attorney General by himself, he's the Page of Cups. He brings good news. And then the 20 tons, 6 Pentacles, it has to be divvied up. Don Julio has career appointments set in partnerships because of the law, the Queen of Swords. So he's trying to set that in because he lost. And he wants to sabotage PEB because the 3 of Wands outlines their trade routes and what they do. But PEB, his counter reaction to it, the 5 of Cups, that's his countering plan, is just to kind of stand back, act disappointed, it's not working. He's got something up his sleeve. Then we have G-String, who now, this is bad news for angry Putin. And the Mr. Epps estate, they're just trying to get away and just don't look at me, don't mind me. That's what's happened with the partnerships. Now, we remember the yes, no's. The yes means that person owns that thing. The no means that they're supposed to get rid of it. And then the yes, no is to just destroy evidence. There were no yes, no's together, but the no's, these are what these people are trying to get rid of. Well, we'll just start here. 6 Wands mob regarding Donald's loss, just what was giving them life. Yes, but we have these huge shipments. Yes, he lost, and we have all this stuff. What are we going to do with this? And then the 20 tons has to be disappeared. They're heartbroken because that has to be gotten rid of. Okay. Then Donald's harassing Pennsylvania because, yes, the Queen of Wands, that is Vlad. That's the rusher. He has to do that for the rusher. But Donald and the Philadelphia Attorney General and the 20 tons, they have no 8 swords, no jail. We don't want jail. And then the career appointments are to protect them from no jail. Then, where's the no yeses? No yes, no yes. Where's the no yeses? Oh, Don Julio and the 6 Wands mob, yes, they're in business with the government. Oh, this is where it's interesting. So the secret with Donald harassing Pennsylvania, no 3 of Wands. I'm doing this because no, we have to destroy all of this. This is the secret, to destroy evidence about their trade and their commerce. And then PEB elect, secret hidden enemy, no I don't know what this is. No spy. He doesn't have one, or it's the spy they're trying to get rid of. That is a question mark. G-string. Look at this. No, no, no. Donald in Philadelphia, G-string, Mr. G-string estate. They all have these no's. They're trying to get rid of evidence. G-string has no. White House is trying to get rid of the evidence with her connections to them and what they've all done with, you know, with homes around the world, evidence. And then the Mr. G-string estate is saying no. Queen of Swords. I wonder if those are court cases. They're trying to disappear more information from cases and evidence. So they're trying to get rid of that. It was interesting that G-string and both Mr. G-string, they both had the sun reversed in their area of hidden enemies. So whatever gets revealed about them and Don Julio is like so bad. The stuff is still going on. It's still going on. And that's why Mitch was crying. Okay? So, whew, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Okay? We've been going for quite a while. Okay, anything else? Detroit, what about Detroit? Oh, the Dominican Republican. Yeah, of course, yeah. So we're just gonna kind of stop there. I have covered a lot of information. I was not expecting this big woo-woo secret. So I want to be clear about something with this woo-woo secret because it's active in a different way. So remember, this is conjunct Donald's natal, Russia's chart, China's chart. But in reality, transit woo-woo is right here, is right here at 9 Aquarius. And Pallas Athena just walked in at 0 degrees Aquarius. And these are all in the 7th house. And we, the people, we have so much leverage and power here that's just really pinning him down. So I don't know what's going to happen. But it's big. It's big. So that's all I got. Okay? So you guys, have a great day. We'll get through this. We're headed towards the new moon eclipse, the things we want to change about law enforcement, our allies oversee our faith, our philosophy. That's the area where extremists show up. So those are the things to keep in mind. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for your patience and all this information. I hope you guys take time and enjoy yourself and watch some good, fun holiday festival time of things. And remember, World War II. The United States of America, 1941 to 1945. Freedom from fear and want. Freedom of speech and religion. They're with us. They're with us. Okay? Thanks, you guys. Have a great night. Thank you. Okay. Good night. Thank you.